Welcome back. Who is ready for some baby cuteness? We are about to hear from baby Saul about his experience with a doula. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think he's ready to talk about it just yet, but I bet his parents are. We have Ashley and Joe joining this conversation. So thanks a lot for bringing probably the cutest UMT guest that we've had on the show in a long time.
Oh, we're happy to be here, yeah.
So Ashley, why did you decide to go with a doula? You hired doulas of Marquette for your pregnancy. At what point in the pregnancy did you decide to hire a doula, and why did you make that decision?
Yeah, so when I was pregnant, I was reading a lot about how to prepare for, labor and delivery. And something that came through in the evidence is that when you have a doula, you have better outcomes as a result. Like you can have a faster delivery and you stick to your labor plan. You're more likely to stick to it when you have a doula. And I thought that's exactly what I want, because you want things to go sort of the way you're sort of envisioning. And so at that point, we started looking into potential doulas to help us.
Now, did it go, your pregnancy and birth go the way you envisioned it?
I think anything is possible, right? To all extents possible, I would say, yeah. You have to leave a little leeway out there for what actually happens, right? When my water broke spontaneously, that wasn't, of course, planned, but that's part of the journey. And I was so happy to have the support from the doulas and advice on what to do as we began.
So as that was happening, you got active support from your doula?
Absolutely, yeah. I remember not being convinced that my water had broke, and I texted Melinda and Kristen eventually called me and said, yeah, so it sounds like your water broke. And I was in disbelief at that point, and they gave really awesome recommendations on how to leave at home a bit and how to move forward before we went to the hospital.
And Joe, for you as the father, what has your experience working with the doula been like?
Fantastic, I gotta say. Being educated along the pregnancy journey was a wonderful avenue of support, just to feel more comfortable in supporting Ashley and being ready for Saul's arrival, right? To make sure I was doing everything I could. And then, day of, to really have an advocate for us in the delivery room. And, I felt personally, the doulas made a point to make sure I felt included and had an opportunity to feel connected to the whole process. And then, of course, the postpartum support as well has been indispensable for us, for them to help take care of Saul.
And I feel like, I don't want to make any assumptions, but I feel like the father is so often left out of the discussion, the conversation about pregnancy and just having a healthy pregnancy. But father support, you can probably talk to how important that is, Ashley.
Oh my gosh, yeah, having a supportive partner is key. And I think a lot of it is dads want to be helpful and partners want to be helpful. They just don't necessarily know how and the best way to support.
It's not taught.
And that's, the doulas were phenomenal for that, for just giving Joe some guidance on ways that he could help and support me and be there along the journey.
And as new incoming parents, I'm sure you probably have a lot of maybe financial concerns. Again, I don't want to make any assumptions about your situation, but did you have any concerns about how you might pay for a doula?
Yeah, so fortunately, my employer does provide a family forming benefit, and so we were able to take advantage of that to help supplement the cost of a doula. So we were able to do that a bit, but of course, it is an expense, but it was definitely something that's worth it. Having an on-care provider with us, with Saul in the early weeks, made everything worth it.
Yeah. And it sounds like Saul might be getting a little fussy, might be a little snack time or something. You can step out if you need to.
Sure.
But Joe, I just want to hear from you, if you have any advice or words of encouragement for potential parents, or parents-to-be, rather, that are on the fence about getting a doula. Why should they, or why should they maybe not?
Yeah, I 100% support the decision to get a doula. Like I mentioned earlier, I think especially for fathers coming into the process where aren't necessarily always educated about what to expect. And I think I heard mention earlier of kind of the risks of just kind of Googling this stuff and getting overwhelmed by that. Curating the experience and making sure that everybody is comfortable and supported along the way was essential.
Was there anything in particular that you learned from your doula that you had no idea about before?
I walked into the day of the delivery like stacked with a deck of calming techniques and things that I could actively do, which was good to know.
I've trace the finger with your breathing or something. Do you have any favorite calming techniques that you have to pull out from the back pocket every now and then?
We are big fans of acupressure, just like pressure points, things like that.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to thank you for joining the conversation, and thanks to Ashley and baby Sal. They're off camera now, right now, but maybe he's just a little bit camera shy. But I wanted to thank you for being a part of the discussion. You're coming back in. Is there anything else you wanted to add or share with our viewers about receiving doula care?
You can't anticipate all of the needs and questions that you have, and having someone there that's an expert and has gone through it and can give you guidance, whether that be the delivery experience or the postpartum, is so important.
Very, very important. Like I said before, it takes a village, and that village is just there to support you. I wanted to thank you again for coming in and being a part of this discussion. We will continue this. We have to take another commercial break, but we'll be right back.